So we arrived to Hurghada airport at like lunchtime, and we could immediately feel the heat because it's a desert city. There's nothing around really, just desert.
So we ordered the Uber from the airport to the bus stop, but we had like 2 hour wait until our bus to Cairo actually left. So we decided to take a look around at the shop and see what type of products they have. Some weird flavored Lay's crisps and just some interesting items that we don't get back home.
But we were really hungry because we didn't eat basically since the 4 o'clock in the morning. So we looked around, and it was so hard to find some food in there. So we got these burgers. They looked okay, but just looked. There was so much mayo that Peter ate like one third, and I didn't finish mine either because I wasn't able to. And we saw our bus coming.
What if we miss our bus because we can't cross the road?
It was a real challenge trying to cross the road in Egypt because they don't seem to have pedestrian crossings, and you just have to rely on the car stopping for you so you can get across the road.
But we made it to the bus, and we saw some desert, and then we stopped to have a break, and it was kind of nice resting area. We made some photos, and then we saw more desert.
It was like 7 hour trip.
Yeah, yeah, 6.5 hour trip in the bus.
But we were so tired from the red eye flight that we just slept for some of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Not much, but we did get a bit of sleep in. But it was a long bus trip after a 4.5, 5 hour flight. It was pretty exhausting.
And then we arrived to Cairo when it was actually night already, and it was very nice. We had a dinner, and we were already for like 16 hours on the trip, so we took another like 40 minutes to the hotel.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
Uber.
And the road was so crazy. It was like there was cars driving everywhere. Like the only rule on the roads is I have a horn and I will honk.
Camel.
But we safely arrived to the hotel, and the hotel room was gorgeous.
It was great. It was really, really well laid out, but the best feature was the view, of course, from the window. Even had a spa tub.
Yeah, and Peter was searching for the right hotel for like probably 10 hours all up, and it really paid off. Also with the same with the bus trips, it was so hard to get the right bus trip. He's probably spent like another 10 hours to search for the right bus trip to Cairo. And so in the first evening we just had a look around because it was already like 11 o'clock, and there was a lot of stray dogs. And this is another view for our room. That's how it looked in the day, and this the pyramids view was amazing. And we had probably the closest room to the breakfast area. It was just going up the stairs from our room, so it helped us with the early start.
So in the morning, we went up to the terrace for our breakfast. The view was just spectacular. It was amazing. Just sitting there having brekkie, overlooking the three pyramids. It was just mind-boggling.
But the food was nothing great, but I guess that's what's Egypt about. It was like the salami was tasteless and everything, but
But who cares with a view like that?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there was a lot of stray dogs, of
You
course.
could eat dog food and still enjoy it with that view.
Yeah, exactly. The pyramids were like 5 minutes walk, but it took us some time to get in there because we wanted to get the tickets, and we didn't trust the guy that he's actually official because everyone is trying to sell you something. So, and that happened to us, like just walking up to the pyramids, we bought souvenirs for like, I don't really know, for a lot. We bought like 5 kilo of souvenirs. It
For
was
like €15 or something.
Yeah, yeah, about that. But and then we got to the big pyramid, but there was a guy that was kind of annoying. But then we met another guy that was really friendly. He gave us Egypt names, and he was like making photos of us. But of course, then he was like can you give me some money?
First of all, he said, I don't want your money, put your money away. Because I was going to give him like €5 tip. But of course, when they say, I don't want your money, that means they do want it. So he just kept asking for money to help out the family and his children and grandkids and the whole bloody family.
Yeah. So in the end, we gave him like €25.
25?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, and can you give me another 10? And you thought he was going to give you the 5 back. And then he just took all the 25 and went away. Bye bye. And then we went to a kind of bus stop. They have a really good transport in there. There's a lot of like buses going around every 5 minutes.
Free transport.
Yeah, it's included in the ticket. And we went to this pyramid with the hole, and so we went in there. It wasn't the biggest pyramid, but because actually we read somewhere that if you go into the biggest one, it's virtually the same as this one, and it costs like 6 times more. So we didn't went into the biggest pyramid.
But it was just so steep. It was like really quite difficult getting down because you had to bend over walking down all the way.
And it was really hot inside. Like it felt like it was nearly hotter there because
it was
there
like
was
a sauna.
Yeah, because there wasn't any fresh air. So of course, when there's no fresh air, it just feels hotter, and it felt like all the you were just sweating more. Yeah, and there was a lot of corridors where we weren't allowed to go. So it kind of made me feel like, yeah, it's so interesting. I would want to go there when I can't go, but I couldn't really. We wanted to go deeper and deeper, but we couldn't. There was just 2 flights of stairs where they allowed us, and something that looked like a tomb. Was even some graffiti on it, but there was some guy making photos, but we didn't accept. We made them by ourselves because it would be another
€30 or something.
Yeah.
Every bus.
And then after the pyramid, we went to cafe, where we had really nice drink that we were drinking virtually the whole trip after. It was lemon and mint. It's a really great combination for the hot weather.
It was delicious. It was so good. And it was just interesting because you could hear people speaking languages from all around the world, like French, Italian, Spanish, Russian, Mandarin. It's just like a mixed bag of lollies of people.
So the Sphinx is down here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we walked up that way before.
Yep. And so we went back to the city, to Cairo, on the main road. Virtually, there's just one road that we went in and went back, and we finally had the time to see the Sphinx, because the first time we were there was just people trying to sell us everything, and there was just no option to not buy anything, and
We still got harassed by the camel owners. My friend, come ride my camel.
If we're going to buy water now, it'll be £5 instead of 50.
And this line is really much funnier than you can think, but we'll tell you in a different video. So we made one last photo in the area and went for a lunch.
And then you can take a photo and say, this is the view from Pizza Hut.
In the end, we went to KFC, so we have this brilliant photo.
Colonel Sanders with the pyramids in the background.
Yeah, and then it's the last photos from our hotel, and now we headed back to Cairo to catch the bus to Hurghada. The trip was pretty interesting. Like, it's a desert city, and you can tell it from everything. It's just a concrete jungle, and it looks like part of desert. It's just all the colors are the same most of the time, except from like when you go around Nile and you see some greenery. But if you're not there, you can see just the red, yellow, and orange buildings. And this was our last challenge. We had to pass this road, which was really busy.
So we had a last look around the shops, tried some red apple Fanta, something different, pineapple drink, and then went back to the bus to catch the bus back to Hurghada.
And yeah, we arrived to Hurghada safely, and Peter even arranged the bus to stop where it shouldn't have stopped. And we arrived safely to the hotel, but that's for another video. See ya!
See ya.